I'm going to Dawlish. Hello, Dawlish Warren. It's cold, but the sky is blue. Got about an hour. Callaway Rogue Sub-Zero, Callaway Rogue. Which Rogue one might suit your game? On the course, we'll play a few holes. We'll hit both drivers and we'll try and play the hole out as much as possible. My indoor testing shows these vary by about 300, maybe 500 max revs per minute, so the spin comes off with the Sub-Zero over the standard Rogue. What difference would that make to your game when you've got bounce, approach shots, all that to kind of take into mind? Let's get stuck in. So Sub-Zero is going to use my Titleist Pro V1X practice ball, and the Rogue, standard Rogue, is going to use my hashtag 262 standard ball, but not my face on it. Par 4 from this tee, because we're on the winter tees, forward, it'll be short, and I have to hit this very, very straight. Now both of these drivers feature jailbreak. These bars you see the bottom here joining bottom to the top of the head. Both have these little steps on top as well, trying to increase that kind of club head speed. Both have the changeable neck. Standard Rogue, the weight's more positioned nearer the back. Game improvement, wrong word. More friendly, kind of trying to resist the amount of twists. Higher MOIs. Sub-Zero, you can move the weights, but you've got the weight basically further forward. That creates the lower spin, maybe less stable. And when I've tested it in the past, I hit slightly different shape shots with them both as well. Let's see if it comes out when we're on the course. Wind off the left a little. Let's go over that tree. Yeah, I think that's good, as long as it's not too long. I pretend to look. I can't see anything down. Pretty straight flight on that, maybe a little bit of draw. To be honest with you, Sub-Zero down by the ball. Not much in the shaping of those, to be honest. Let's hit one, hit that last one pretty good. Let's see if we can get a comparer with the Sub. I've hit that perfect. I can't wait to see those. So that one has 2-yard fade on it, definitely drifting more down to the right. I always love these tests because I see too many comments still talking pointless things about numbers, looking for gains where maybe there aren't gains, and then spiraling in that circle of non-improvement. I do think some people forget sometimes my club reviews are lessons. They're about trying to get you to understand what you can and can't do with clubs and how they can help and how you still need to do certain things. Always been my goal and kind of still is. This is funny. Right, post comments down below. Which one? This is the left one, this is the right one. Which one is the Sub and which one is the standard? Down there, let's hear ya. Did you post? This one is my 262 ball. The Sub-Zero has done it on the angle, arguably. It's less than a yard. This one is the practice. I love this. 60-degree pitch shot. Game has now changed, isn't it? We'll show you where that one's finished in a second. So this is the Sub-Zero ball. Oh, Sub-Zero could be leading. This is the Rogue One standard. Can't stop saying Rogue One. This is the Sub-Zero. Paul Reed. Standard par. Right, can the Rogue One go one up? Can. Sub-Zero is a little deeper, it sits a little bit more open naturally. Like I say, both have jailbreak, both have very light crowns, so they're trying to really move the weight into the kind of optimal place. I mean, they've both got the same technology apart from them moving the CG around and then just setting up the Sub-Zero, maybe for that better player who never wants to see it going left, you know, that little bit more open, which is kind of what they often say they want to see. There's your biggest difference in designs. So Sub-Zero took the honour there. Both of those drives, this is a longer par 4. I tried my hardest to hit it a bit harder, give it a bit more. Again, if you're testing in your studios and you're not as lucky as me to come out on the course and test, which to be honest with you, most of you won't be, you've got to hit them in your studios in gaming manner. Drives I hit on the first was so about accuracy. 2 fairways to aim at here. It was all about giving it a big smack. Very different shots from the first to the second. Trouble is, I think the Sub-Zero leaked a little too far right. Right, it's not looking good for Sub-Zero. Wind off the left. I've not started it up the left enough. This is my 262, my sub. It's a play the music job, isn't it? I am a lovely boy. Got a lovely new sponsorship deal. Rocking the world with the ideas of sponsorship in a lovely way. How can he do a test of the Rogues, they will say. Well, because I hit them and show you the results and we'll go after them. Too complicated for some to understand that. But he's a lovely boy. Right, there's the music ended. Winter rules, so I'm going to clean, pick and place, hitting the fairway. Hit 7-iron, start it at the flag. Flag's on the left, try and drift it to the middle of the green. There's a lot of gorse up the left. Oh, I've ripped that. Be the club. As described. So as someone who's gamed low spin by other manufacturers and by Callaway, and then often run back to their standard model after a season, said it before, the indoor numbers seduce. They do go further. I get more out of a low spin driver. I launch the ball so I can get like 270 carries and 267 carries, longer than my 262. The big thing I find is I test more. Coming on the course, that extra carry is very hard to see when you take the bounce into account as well. And I do find Sub-Zero has a little fade bias in it. I think is a great thing for lots of golfers who struggle with turning it left, which is a good player's problem. It's just something you have to be aware of. Level par, standard 1, Rogue birdie, and then that would have been a 6 at best. Let's do one more hole. I need to compensate for my aim even more with the sub if I want to game it. Right, front tee on this one, so we can get quite close to the green. Standard Rogue has the honours 262 ball. Same problem, wind off the left. We've got out of bounds very close up the right, so it's a combination of me wanting to try and hit this hard, like I did on the second one, but accuracy is key, so it's a combination really of 2 with both clubs. Let's see which one comes out on tops. Both make very similar sounds, which I like. I like the sound. It's that kind of carbon crown sound. It's not tingy at all. I mean, I'll preempt it. I feel like this one's going to hit target more than sub, but let's see. Oh, I went for that, and that is bullet ball. Get a bounce. That's straight at it. That will not be far off. New practice ball, because we lost the other one. Let's try the sub. So I'm going to aim more up the left for the sub. I'm going to try and hit as hard. I'm just going to allow for the fact that this one does have a drop to the right. Oh, again, that's good. This is going to be a hell of a test. I've ripped both of those, and that is at it as well. I mean, in theory, that one should be longer. It felt that lower spin fly. It felt like what I get when I do my indoor testing. That was like a 270, 267 possible carry compared to the Rogue, which was probably 258 near to 262. Let's get up there and see. Well, this is surprising me. This is the practice ball. And just up here is the 262. I would have put money on the sub being longer out of those two. and I reckon a dry carry ball test, it might have snuck it. These drivers are so close. The differences are not really what people are talking about. Wow, looks like the Sub-Zero wins, doesn't it? Oh, come on. What? You want to see differences in your score. The difference between these two drivers is so opinion based on what shape shot you want to see and what shape shot you might struggle with. If you're cutting the ball and this one is kind of set up for a bit more of a fade in the Sub-Zero, I mean, it might not help you. If you're someone who spins the ball a lot and feels like you want a driver that just knocks spin off and you cut the ball, go test, but I'm not sure you'd want to sacrifice that direction. You're that player hitting high bomb draws and you want something just to calm it down and you want to take some spin off, maybe perfect. Rory McIlroy would probably game the Sub over the other one. For me, sacrificing that accuracy for a few yards carry distance on reduced spin, when you can see there, I mean, the pitch made the eagle. That'll stop it. The Sub-Zero was actually further back than the standard, when definitely indoor it would have gone further. So I think the differences are more to do with directional, and then your direction worked in, where I think lots of people, and I maybe have done in the past, are often getting lost in this spin discussion, because again, we're just so easily tricked as customers. The spin discussion relates to distance, and distance is what's selling the product. Similar to the wedge discussions I'm trying to have at the minute. People don't buy on bounce and grinds because they don't understand them. You say to them they can spin it back like the guys on the telly, they, oh yeah, I'll have that one. You see where I'm going? The more we can just keep educating, understanding, and not just going with the taglines, better you all will get. Two good drivers, horses for courses. I would go with a standard Rogue. I proved that when I used Epic to Sub-Zero Epic last year. You need to go and test. You tell me which one you'd go for and why. In that comment section down below, let me know. Thanks for watching.